In the frozen depths of despair of my heart, one album absolutely proves itself as just utter trash. And this new Young Bands Volume 4 album. Now, Young Bands is a person that I don't really give a fuck about that is going to be irrelevant, hopefully sooner than I think, and have released his newest EP, which is about 16 minutes, which is something I can dig with. I don't want to hear a young band's album that's about 1 hour. At least he's not doing the trend of overproducing a album and putting like 30 tracks on it because oh Jesus Christ, just this guy's just so uninteresting. And the horrible thing is, this guy puts relatively like slow flow speakers on his album. So not only is he as slow as a slug who's autistic in a pool of molasses, but it's just like a slow-a-thon of just epic retardness just being on this EP. And Young Bands, he sound as uninterested being a rapper as I am of listening to him rap. Like just oh damn. And this will not be a traditional grading system as with EPs I grade by the song. Just I think that would be more fairer. And you know what? Starting out with this track called Don't Millie Rock, which sound like Young Band heard like the quote from 6ix9ine's Gumbo, where he says, "Oh, New York, we niggas don't Millie Rock, we niggas Marty Bop." Except he takes that too seriously. And the only saving grace is Snow, who, you know, has this slow flow, but at least he adds some interesting aspect to the whole song. I mean, anybody that's not Young Bands on this song would sound more interesting. I don't care if they had an elephant fart on this song. If it matches with the beat, it would be much more interesting than Young Bands, I have to say. I'm giving this song a 1 out of 5. That's how low it's hitting on this whole EP. I'm giving this first song a 1 out of 5, by the way. Now, the next track is Different Colors with Little Yachty. Oh, just the returns of the Littles. And Little Yachty says some very questionable things. Like, he says, "I'ma fuck your boyfriend," which I think he was going to do something like "fuck your boyfriend" or whatever. I don't know. He just says some very questionable things. And he says, "chop the dick," or just something with "chop the dick," which sounds like castration. And I know he's using dick as a reference to a Glock and chop as a reference or a shortening of chopper. But still, it just didn't sound right. It just sounded so fucking gay. And I have nothing against Little Yachty sounding gay. I'm just saying, just didn't sound right. I'm gonna give this a 0.5. It's just utter trash. Oh yeah, and also P.S. Young Band says he does rapping for a hobby, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. I mean, hey, I can tell. Now, not all of the tracks on here is pretty fucking awful. Like the song Mood Swings, which is pretty good, and Joe Bands, or J Bands, I meant, he actually sounds quite, he sounds much more like Young Yachty than Little Yachty sounds like. He sounds like an earlier version of Little Yachty when he was doing the Little Boat mixtape, and he actually had some type of credibility and uniqueness. I really like the track Mood Swings. How much do I like it? I'm gonna give it a 4. I really think that young bands like slow flow, uninterested delivery sounds good when you talk about the whole idea of mood swings. And yeah, I think it has a mental component to it, and I'm giving it a 4. It's a pretty nice track. Now, the song Young Zans, which sounds like he totally bit the idea from Lil Yachty's newest mixtape, which is Little Boat 2, where he had that little NBA young boy track. Yeah, still fucking trash. Still trash though. And on the track, I think Young Bands, he calls his girlfriend Satan and his mother calls him lazy, which I have to agree with your mother. You're lazy. You're very lazy at execution, writing, production, just everything you need in a song. You're just very lazy and lackluster, and it's just utter trash. I'm gonna give the song a 2. I mean, hey. All right, with my hood up, which sounds like a braggadocious car track, I guess. And I guess he's repping for his hood, whatever. I mean, still sound like trash though. I'm gonna give it like a 1, just pretty epically pathetic, just absolute trash. On these niggas, Young Band raps about pissing and shitting on these niggas, like when you really think about it, when you have to really like shit, I don't know if you're not doing it with like a toilet, you have to like kneel down on your knees and shit. I mean, I get why maybe pissing would be better because at least you stand up. You can piss in any type of way. But when it comes to like shitting on a person, I don't understand why somebody would just like absolutely just like bend down on your knees and just shit on a person. Just absolutely disgusting. And the reason why I'm talking about this is that's the only thing that he fucking says throughout the track. Just shitting and pissing on a person, which is just absolutely disgusting. Which, might be as disgusting as his fan base who actually listens to this garbage. And hey, if you listen to Young Bands, I'm not trying to be a hater, but I'm telling you, you must be on heroin or some type of just downer or whatever, or you might be depressed. I don't know, but hey, I'm giving the track a 0. It's just absolute garbage. So, this garbage track, how did you all feel? The rap reviewer, he reviewed Young Bands 3. I bet he regret that. And I regret ever hearing this mixtape also. Now, please drop in the comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'm out. So how did you all feel about this Young Bands track? It's absolute garbage to me. All right, peace out.